Yes. What's going on, Queen? How you doing?
All good. Everything is
How
good.
you doing? How
It's,
good? You're looking amazing. Looking amazing.
thank you. Thank you. Look, I just got off live off Instagram. They helped me get ready.
Right, right. You look like you always be ready though. Always ready to go. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I like to have my followers involved. I get on, I'm like, what lipstick should I wear? What clothes should I wear? They already know it's gonna be something Jay Bolin, but yeah.
Right, right. Exactly. I want to thank you too for taking time out of your busy schedule to allow us this amazing opportunity. So thank you from me and the Vibe team, also the eSource team. We want to thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Now, lately we've been having to start the conversations off with, because there's been so much been going on since 2020. So I do want to find out how things have been with you, with the way that this year has ended up turning out, because it started off, it was going to be an amazing year. We were all excited and geared up, ready to go, had a lot of plans,
Mhm.
and then COVID. So I would like to
Okay.
know how did things kind of turn for you? How did it impact you in the beginning of it?
Well, I'm an avid traveler. So being at home, I was ready to go crazy. I'm like, I can't. What you mean I can't go nowhere? Huh? My trips are canceled? Really?
Right,
Like all of them canceled? Oh, okay. So what's next? So I was like, well, I guess I can travel domestic. And then I'm traveling. I'm like, no, I just want to leave the country. And it's not
right,
happening. So
right,
that for me it's been tough because I'm accustomed to traveling a lot. So
right.
that has been tough. But other than that, I started school. I am in school for my health and nutrition, health promotion, and chronic disease. So my nutritionist certification. So that has slowed me down to be able to do that, which is great. I
Right.
finished my book, Owning My Shit, which is great.
What? You gotta give me a copy of that. I like that title already.
Yeah, but it's owning my shit. But shit is spelled SHYT. It's an acronym. So
Right.
yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. So ready to get that off the ground. But I've been able to accomplish quite a few things and endeavors that I'm working on. So it slowed me down from doing the things that I love, but it has pushed me to do the things that I needed to do.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that because in this business, we always running, moving around, got so many different we're accomplished. So I think that is dope. That in these trying times, we were we're finding ways to catch up on a lot of things, a lot of goals that we might have had further out there. With not having the time, having to find the time to get to those goals or whatever. Now we're able to knock those goals out. So I definitely agree with you on that. It's definitely been kind of like a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? But we are getting things and even creating new things within these situations. Connecting and networking with so many different amazing people because, like you say, we all been forced to sit still for a little while.
Absolutely. I've had the opportunity to sit and talk more. Social media is one thing, but you end up calling people that you haven't had conversations with. And it's important for us to still be able to communicate because, I think social media has given a false sense of connectivity. And we lose that. And a lot of times it's like, oh, I just saw her. No, you saw me on social media. You haven't seen me physically in about a year or so. So and
Right.
it forces you to spend time your loved ones, your friends. Like my cousins this past weekend, they drove up from Atlanta, and when I tell you, we had a good time. We made it a 4-day weekend. Every night we were doing something different and celebrated my daughter's birthday. So when I say we had a blast, we had a really good time.
Right. That's finding joy within these times too. You know, I as far as like impacting your brands and the way that, like you said, you probably had so many different things scheduled and planned, having to reshift and rearrange your brand as far as the way that you would, not being able to physically promote or market, or just finding those other ways to just strictly be doing it online because of we can't, the social distancing and everything. Like,
Right.
how difficult has it been for you to rearrange your brands to continue to still sustain?
Well, I've missed quite a few speaking engagements that were
Right.
scheduled, and quite a few. So that's hard when you're talking about rescheduling and people's deposits, and people say, okay, I want my money back, and like it's not refundable. So how do you make that work? How does that work when you're saying,
Right.
okay, well, are we going to reschedule it, and then it's kind of up in the air, but it's business. Business is business, and
Right.
it's a matter of this is what it is, and whenever you all decide to reschedule, let's put that in the calendar, and then we'll figure that in later. But I still have I recently I went to Atlanta. I had a women's it was a women's beauty event, and I went and spoke. And I have another one coming up in October that has been scheduled. So I'm extremely excited about that. So some things are still moving. They're still all of the wheels are still turning. I'm still doing my modeling that you see on social media with Jay Bolin, with the Jay Bolin line.
Love that.
So we're
Love that.
launching something on Friday. I was just on set with Aventer Gray, First Lady Gray. So when I say we killed it, we were in that thing like, yeah, having a good time. But I love to play dress up, and being in the studio shooting with Jay every week. It just gives us a sense of normalcy again, because we're able to get in there. It's good, good people, good vibes, good music. We love each other though. So it's
Right.
just a good, good I'll say, I'm not gonna say gang, but just a good group of us that come together, from the stylists and assistants, and everybody just has really good energy. So we always have a good time.
Right. I would like to ask you because the thing that really intrigues me about you, the different hats that you wear. You wear multiple hats, and you CEO multiple brands. Um, what gives you the broad vision and the inspiration to juggle so many things?
Well, I'll say I've had the opportunity to do so. I'm a visionary. I'm a visionary first.
Right.
And I'm able to, when I want to do something, if I speak it into existence, or if someone brings something to me and drop something on my plate, and I get a lot of those things that come, in my direction, and it's just like, oh my God, like, Anita, you need to be a part of this. And I go back and I look at it, and I ended up co-producing. I have a TV show called Finding Love, a web series called Finding Love, and I co-produced that. And then I have an animation that I'm working on in production, and a feature film that I am executive producing. So when things drop in my lap, if it makes sense, why not?
Right.
You take a chance, you take a risk, and sometimes you lose, but sometimes you win, and you win big. So it's a matter of going into partnerships, and that's something that I didn't want to do years ago. It was all about me. When I had my construction company, it was like saying, hey, this is me. No, I don't want to partner. No, I don't need your money. No, 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 no. But you can make a louder noise when there's more. You can do a whole lot of people, especially when you have a group, and you have, everyone has their different levels of capacity. And it's like they come in and the wheels get to turning, and you can get there and brainstorm. And it's like, okay, well, you do this, you do that. And you learn how to delegate properly versus just trying to do everything on your own. And then you get bombarded, and you're not able to do everything that you need to do because you are trying to wear too many hats. So I'm still learning how to delegate. I need an assistant. I don't have an assistant. People are like, oh my God, how do you do all of this and you don't have an assistant? I have my calendar and everything. Like when we spoke on the phone, the same thing. Like as you were speaking to me, I was putting it in my calendar because I
Right.
need that. I can't, and I've had the years ago where I messed up and double booked something. And I was like, oh my God, which one do I choose? So that's bad business. And your
Right.
word is all that you have. So it's important that you are able to schedule properly, delegate properly, and just know your business. Know where do you want to give, 100% of your time to, and you focus on that. And if you can't do it, there's some things that you have to drop to the side and say, you know what, well, I can't do that right now, and learn to say no. I learned to say no to a lot of things because before it was just
Right.
yes, 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 because I just wanted to be a part of. And I said, you know what? It has to be quality versus quantity. And a lot of times, a lot
Mm.
of people want to be in, a part of something just to say that they been there, done that. I'm over it. So as
Right.
long as it's quality,
Right.
I'm ready to take part.
Right. Would you say that trials and tribulations have sharpened you mentally to tackle different issues from a business perspective, like you said, for example, going through dealing with the wrong type of people, or just engaging in situations that may have not went the way that you wanted it to go. Would you say that that's what really sharpens your business skills up as a woman entrepreneur, CEO, philanthropist, and all of the other great things that you do?
Absolutely. I had a sports apparel line some years ago. And the woman that I was in partnership with, she was an amazing creator. When I say she could get on the front of the computer and create anything, but she knew nothing about business. We lost a lot of
Right.
money because she knew nothing about business, and it was my money. So that's the problem.
Right.
When you mess with my coin, that's the problem. You can't mess with my coin. We can't have that. So I had to literally break ties. And then when I brought I'm a franchise owner. So I brought a franchise out of Canada and brought it here to the DFW Metroplex. And I really wanted a restaurant. And I did not know anything about the business. I just knew that I wanted to have a restaurant. Like, oh, this is something that I really wanted to do. But I didn't really take the necessary time to get with someone that had already been in the business before. So I can know the
Right.
ins and outs and the ups and downs and saying, okay, is this the right climate to open that up? Because at that time, people weren't ready. And for it, because it was all fresh and healthy, and the area that we were in, even the developer, he was like, Anita, the community just isn't ready for that right now. We're a chicken fried town.
Mm.
We eat burgers and fries and barbecue and da 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 da. And I'm like, no, I think it'll work. I'm ready to educate. I'm ready to give them something fresh and new. Mm-mm. So I help people now. If they say they want to do a franchise, I tell them, if it's not a Fortune 500 company, do not go into it. If you want to just start your own, the key is to just develop your own blueprint. I can teach you how to do that. I know how to do that now. So educating on developing your own blueprint. You don't have to buy into anybody else's brand. Now, if you're going into a McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, that's altogether different, because they're going to help you along the way. A 7-Eleven, whatnot, a name. But if you're going into something small, just start your own. So I help people develop blueprints for franchises if they want to start a franchise or just develop a business.
Right. Right. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what I was trying to explain to another constituent, how amazing you are, and on so many different levels. And I just told them that you got this interview because she's really an amazing person. Now, there are some obstacles and difficulties when being in the type of business that we're in. You're in this business, and you're also in a lot of other businesses as well. But there are difficulties with being a beautiful woman, being in the entertainment business, and different safeguards and different things that you have to watch out for, with being taken seriously. With having such great ideas and being so strong-minded the way that you are, and for sure about things that you want. How difficult would you say that it is for strong women with the type of attitude and mind frame that you have sharpened from past experiences, because that's, to me, that's the best learning tool. But what would you say though?
For me, I haven't had any issues with that part. I really haven't. Because in all honesty, when I walk
Right,
into a room, I demand and command the attention. And it's, and it's not a cocky thing. And people is a lot of time people say, okay, well, you're too much and you're this and you're that. And I'm like, do y'all know who my God is? Do y'all know who my daddy is? He's the
right,
king of too much. He built the whole world, the sun, the moon, the stars, us, elephants, the palm trees, everything beautiful he created. Everything is all too much. So
right,
why can't I be like him? I'm supposed to walk in his likeness. So yes, I'm doing just that.
right,
And I'm not going to dumb down my like for you. So that's an insecurity that you have within yourself. So if you come into a room and I'm walking in and you're walking beside me, find out what I do, find out who I am before you prejudge me. And I've had that a lot of times, even at my church home. And I shared this story that women just looked at me and they thought that, oh, she thinks she's all that, because I dress and I put my makeup on and I want to walk. I walk with boldness and confidence. I'm supposed to, you know. I'm not walking with my
mhm,
head held low. No, I'm not doing that. And I actually, they had an event, and I was able to go in and share my story. And I shared my book, my story, and the women said, "Oh my God, you're just like us." I said, "Of course I am. I'm just
right,
like we identify." And a lot of women, like they're so catty, and the first thing that we do is go to tear each other down. And oh, she thinks she all that, but how do you know? Find out. If you
right,
want to get to know me. I'm very open. I'm very welcoming. I always come in with a smile on my face. I'm not doing that. I come in and I greet everyone with respect. So it's important that we get to know the people. If you want to know somebody, just say hi. I'm gonna speak back. I'm not, I see people in airport. Hey, Anita, hey, AH Fashion. Can we take a picture? We sure can. Hey, let's take a picture, So I'm
right,
open. I share everything. When people even read my story, I tell them to call me. I give them my card. And they say, "That's not your number." I say, "Text me right now." And they'll send me a text
right,
message. And like, "Oh, that is you." And they'll call and we'll debrief about the book. And they ask serious questions. And I'm ready to answer all of them. What questions do you have? Whatever it is. And when I share my story about rape and child molestation and being a teen mom and going through domestic violence, I share all of that. Everything is shared in this book. So it's important that we share our stories because it doesn't make sense for you to have an experience and not share it. And people need to know it's okay. It's okay to ask. It's power in
right,
asking, but instead of assuming.
right. That you just really said a whole bunch. You know what I mean? And the glow that you have now, and the glow that pulled me into, it attracted me to your brands and you as a person. Um, you never would have known, that you went through those type of obstacles in life. And to share those testimonies and to still have joy, life, and that glow. Um, can we touch on coming out of that and realizing at what point realizing that I'm still that person. I'm still beautiful. I still can be strong. I still can maintain and have anything. I can still persevere, because a lot of people don't make it back from those type of trials and tribulations. Can we touch on that briefly?
Well, okay. I went to fat camp in
Hmm.
2009. I went to fat camp. And I didn't realize until I got to that camp that it was in Tampa, Florida. And I did not know that I had low self esteem, that I really didn't truly love me. And that was a
Right.
problem And I just know that I used to look in the mirror and I knew that I was overweight. I needed to lose some weight. And I just thought I was fat. And I didn't think I was pretty. I thought I was fat. I looked in the mirror just about every day and I cried. I did not have anything positive to speak over myself. So, there is power in the tongue. I tell people that all the time. So when I got there, they give you, it's 5 components. So you have a nutritionist, you have a yoga instructor, you have a workout instructor, you have a massage therapist, and you have a psychologist.
Mm.
Well, I did all of those things, everything they told me to do in 2 weeks, and I lost 16 pounds. So it was a great jump start, but it's not realistic. Like nobody's working out all day like that. Realistically, you don't have a chef preparing meals like that all day, and all your vitamins and nutrients, and someone giving you a massage every day. Like it was great. It was a good jump start. But the one thing that they told me I needed to maintain was therapy. They say you need therapy. So when you get home, they didn't tell me to lose weight. They didn't tell me to eat properly. It was a lot of things that they could have given me. But the one thing that they gave me, they said, you need to continue therapy. You're going through a lot. And at that time, I didn't know what depression was. I'm from Indiana. We didn't talk about depression. I didn't grow up with a family talking about depression. As dysfunctional as my family was, depression just wasn't a discussion. And I had no idea that I was depressed. And I learned that while I was there, and I came home and went to therapy, and that changed my life. That changed my outlook on everything. And that was me, self-affirming myself every single day, knowing that it's okay to walk in boldness and confidence. And I don't care what size you are. I don't care how many, how much cellulite and how many dimples I got in my thighs. I love every inch of my being. It's a part of who I am. I've lost weight. I've gained weight. I have a 27-year-old son, a 19-year-old daughter. It's a part of life. So I have to love me first. And people see when you love yourself. People see it. I can see women when I see women. I look at a woman and know what she's gone through. But therapy is so important, and most of us shy away from it. But when I tell you that therapy changed my life, listen, where my drink at? I need some wine. But it felt it feels good. It's a different walk. It's a different look. It's a different attitude. It's a different spirit that you carry. It's a different glow. It's all together. It's a lifestyle change. And it's just like having when people, change their eating habits. It's a lifestyle change. Once you lose weight and you feel lighter on your feet, it's the same thing. Right. Everything, your emotions change, your physical being change, the things that you speak from your mouth, you taste your words before you spit them out and say, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to speak that. I'm going to speak positive. Positive energy is what it's all about. And it feels so good. It feels so good.
Man, let me ask you this, because you do wear the life coach hat as well. Mm-hmm. Now, from your professional opinion, why do you think that most people who are victims of rape situations or things along that line, why do you think that and I know afraid is always the thing to say, but like from experience, like why would you say that people are speaking out about it now, or years and years later, it's coming out now? Do you think that that's agenda attached to it, or some type of epiphany?
Uh-oh, you froze up. Where we at? Okay, I will say, I believe the question was about women being fearful when they are coming out of abusive relationships or rape or molestation. Or I would say that I came out and I spoke about my life because I heard someone else speak about theirs. And it literally felt like I released the shackles. The shackles were removed from me once I started sharing my story with other people. And there were a lot of people that really didn't want to hear about it. Some people didn't want to believe what I had gone through, but it was important because it was my story. It was my story. And I don't care what other people thought about it, how they felt about it. It doesn't matter because it's about me. It's this is my truth. And if I'm able to share that to help someone else, that's what I choose to do. And I choose, and it's not from an, oh, woe is me point of view. It's from, I am walking, I am no longer playing a victim. I am no longer a victim. I refuse to play a victim. And I, you back?
All right, yeah, I'm back, man. This network stuff has just been crazy, man. Throughout this COVID stuff, it's like I don't know. My apologies to everybody that's on the live. Thank y'all so much for staying connected with us, and my apologies to my special guest. I don't know how much of it that you got. That I was the question I was.
Look, I kept talking. I don't know if we went.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I missed the whole thing. Wow.
I kept talking. Did they hear it? I can go over it again.
Somebody said that. Nancy said that is so good. I didn't hear it though. Like I really want this. Can you give it to me?
You was gone, but I said, "Hey, I got it now. Let me take the reins."
Oh, you held it down. Thank you for holding it down for me. Thank you. Wow. My co-host, thank you so much.
You're welcome. But I shared why I shared my story, and that was because my friend Deborah shared her story. And I was so moved by her sharing her story. And I was like, wow, I have a story. And I walked in fear. I was ashamed. I was ashamed more than anything else because it's like, are people going to believe me? And I was told for the longest, like my mom said, like she didn't believe me or what have you. But it's important that we share our stories. It's so important. If you have anything going on in your life, if there's something that happened to you as a child, as a teenager, as an older woman, it's important that we share our stories, but get therapy first so that way you're able to feed into someone else. So that way you're not throwing daggers. You're actually showing them how to heal because you have been healed. So it's important that you go from the place of victory. Y'all got to be in victory. You got to be walking healed. You can't go in and help someone else if you have not been healed. Tears shouldn't be flowing and falling and all of that stuff. We should be past that because when I first opened up The Storm After the Storm and I started sharing my stories, every time I would read passages from my book, I would always cry. I would always cry. But it got better and better and better because my book was therapy. It was therapy for me. And literally, I felt a sense of total release and relief. It's like, it's over. I've forgiven everybody. I've forgiven myself. I am walking in a place of godliness. I'm walking in a place of I'm ready to help someone else become better individuals, better women, better daughters of Christ. And it feels good. It feels good to lead with your heart. It feels good to lead from a place of love. If you're not leading from a place of love and you're walking in hatred or you're walking in bitterness and you're not healing and you're not happy and you're not forgiving and not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself too. And it's time that we forgive ourselves in love. We have to have that sense of self-love. It's so important. So yeah. It's important that we love ourselves, y'all. How many of y'all share with people, your loved ones or your boyfriend or your boo or your husband or your kids, or you meet this new guy and you've been dating him for a little bit and the first thing that you say is I love you. That's the first thing that you say is I love you. But what they need to know is, or what you need to ask them, if a man tells you that he loves you, you need to ask, do you love you? Because in order for them to love you properly, they have to love themselves. Because the man is supposed to be the head. He's the head, meaning he's the first line of defense. He's the first line of defense for the family. So if he doesn't love himself, he's not going to do what he's supposed to do. He can't love you because he doesn't love himself. So when someone says that they love you, ask them, do you love you? That's important because I love me. I got a whole lot of love for me. So whether you love me back, even if I say I love you, if I say that I love you, the same thing, you need to know that I love me first, because in order for me to love you, I have to love, look, I have to love my neighbor as I love myself.
Mm.
So if I get that twisted, I have to love, it says, love your neighbor as thyself. So I got to love myself a whole lot before I can love you. And in
Wow.
that, your neighbor, your loved one, your partner, your husband, your wife, they are not going to lead with hatred and bitterness and abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, all it. It's so many different types of abuse. But nobody is going to lead with that if they love themselves, because they wouldn't dare want to hurt you. So it's important that you know that they love themselves. So that therapy is key, y'all.
I always wondered about therapy and how effective it really is. But you just broke that down, and I really appreciate that, because so many people go through so many different things, and
Mm-hmm.
um, a lot of people shy away from therapy. I've heard things, but I've also heard a lot of great things about how effective therapy could really
Mm-hmm.
work. When I think with being honest, in order for it to work as well, you have to be an open book in order for to be able to seek that type of help. You can't go in
Yeah.
there with shying away from certain topics and things. You're going to be an open book. So I really appreciate that. I would like to talk about what inspired you to want to go into modeling, with, like you say, being a plus size, um, and tying, because I mean you're basically your own model for your brand, because you are a designer as well. What gave you the inspiration to just because I mean, yeah, I know that the confidence is there. I know it's Strange, and I know it's all of that, but before it was Strange and all of that. What made you? Because it's still, to me, it's still a certain confidence, and I know that it's built and everything, but the way that you do it, it's just an explosion, and it's so much. It's energy on a different level, I call it. What inspired you to say, you know what, I'm gonna model. I'm gonna model my designs. I'm gonna be Strange and go out here and do this.
Well, I started modeling when I was 3. This is not new to me.
Uh,
I started modeling when I was 3. My grandmother was a seamstress, and she put me on the runway when I was a little bitty girl. So I've been in all types of shows. I've done LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, Philly Fashion Week. I just love it. I really, really, and like at home, my everyday life, you'll see me in sweats, gym shoes, baseball cap. Like that's my chill space. And that's literally how I grew up, besides being on the weekends with my grandmother. And my whole life, it was like changed. It was okay, this is what we're doing this weekend. So my grandmother exposed me to so much at a very young age. So,
mhm.
that was a part of it. She was Sigma Gamma Rho. So, every time you look up, we were going to banquets and galas and fashion and, shows and things like that. So I started at a very, very young age, being exposed to and seeing fashionable women that walk and talk with poise and etiquette. And it's important that was, my grandmother was Lady Eloise. And, when you step into a room, you must be, recognized, and you command the room. And that was who my grandmother was. So I learned that at a very, very young age.
Right, right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, you know, relationships. Let's go there for a minute. Do you think that men are intimidated by women like you, who, like you say, who do command the room, who have that aura when walking in, having your stuff together, financially, and just from all aspects of not being in a need mental space? Do you think that that's intimidating for men, or can you share some of your experiences?
I think it depends. It depends. It varies. There are a lot of men that Just, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You have it all together. I don't know how I would ever approach a woman like you, just like you would approach anybody else. But you
Right.
have to know, and a lot of, I hear a lot of, my peers, even the same things. Oh, you're so assertive, or you're too this, or you're too that. No. And that's like I spoke earlier about dumbing yourself down. I shouldn't have to dumb myself down. Step up, step your game up.
Right.
And that's what it's about.
Right.
Step your game up. Make your next step your best step. And it's
Right.
it's okay. And it's okay if you need some help in that area. Okay, well, what we talking about? What you need? What can I do? Who can I connect you with? And it's having the necessary conversations. And this is what, even on the television show with Finding Love, we ask so many different questions that people normally don't ask in everyday conversation. They wait until it's months and months down the line, and then it's like, okay, I'm into you, but I really didn't know that I had some serious deal breakers, and this is one of them. But I've
Right.
invested all of this time into you, and it's important that we have those conversations. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want in life? What are some of your greatest attributes? What are some of your deal breakers? What are some things that, I mean, do you like to cook a home cooked meal? Do you need to
Right.
ask do you know how to cook? You can be cute, but you might not burn in the kitchen.
Right.
Hello. It's
Right.
those are things that you need to know, especially if you're a man that likes to eat. You might want to have a woman that know how to cook. So that's why I tell women, when women say they want to be married or they want to have a man, it says a man who finds a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. He ain't find a girl. He ain't find a girlfriend. She was a wife. She was wife material already. So when you
Right.
walk in, and you're walking in that, people see who you are. They know who you are. So either you're ready or you're not ready. So if you're ready and you're ready to come into my space, you got to be prepared and come with the right conversation.
Right.
It's just that simple. So and it's easy. Everything is electronic, so it's easy for you to Google somebody. You can be in the room and say, "Who is that?" Okay, let me look them up real quick. Let me see what they do. You can find out easy, just like that. Everything is instant. We're in a microwave generation, so if it's anything you want to know about somebody, you can look them up. You can
Right.
find out
Right.
who they
I
are immediately.
agree.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, I gotta ask you this too. Now, how important is it with, and it's as great as it sounds, you don't always find the person that's all the way equally yoked with you.
Mhm.
Um, but how important is it with having support though? Because you might be the visionary in the relationship, be the visionary, the person who dreams, who have dreams, who just really go after it. But it could get difficult with not having that support from your mate who might not see the vision like that. Do you think that could cause divide, or could tear a relationship up with not having that type of support? You're not asking them to, maybe that's not who they are, but I'm saying it should be. Don't you think it should be some form of support in some type of way?
There has to be. And
Right.
I'm not asking you to be visual how I am, because I can look at a slab of concrete and go and pop a line, and I know that this space from the kitchen to the living room to the walkways to the bathroom to the plumbing to the, like, I know what that looks like. Everybody else will look like, oh my God, I don't see nothing you see. And it's
Right.
okay. But I
Right.
need you to be here with me every step of the way. Hey, babe, how did that meeting go? Hey, is that everything good? Or
Right.
is everything coming along? Did you get your permits? Did you get, it's important that you have that support. And even from a philanthropic, is like, as much as I do, I cutting hair for the homeless. That was
Mhm.
something I'm a licensed stylist and barber. So it was something that was once a
Don't
profit.
you do?
Now do for pay.
God damn, Anita.
It was something that was
The
once for
total package.
it was something that was once for profit and now it's for passion. So I have my kit that I take with me. If I have to link it up to a generator and cut hair, the men, they get ready. We put out a list of paper, everybody sign up and they be ready. So it's good to have your mate there to say, even if they're serving food, babe, you need anything, you want me to sweep some hair up, like be there. It's for me, and we need to know each other's love language. That's important. And for me, it's showing up. If you don't have to, I don't need you to go and buy me. I can buy my own stuff. But what's important is that you show up. And a lot of us don't show up. We think that, oh, she got it. Oh, he got it. Oh, they good. No, I'm not. I need you to be there and showing up and showing your face and knowing that you're supporting me. I'm not asking you to do what I do. I'm asking you to be there for me, to support what I am doing. And a lot of people don't get that. It's just like, okay, we're in a relationship. I see them when they get home. No, babe, I need you. If I didn't need you, if you're not going to be there, I could be by myself.
Right.
I can call, one of my girlfriends. I can call one of my girlfriends to come and support if you're not going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's important that we support for one another, because and this is where we mess up. A lot of us have expectations, and I try and get people to kill that expectancy. So don't have expectations of other people. Never set an expectancy ever for any reason. What you can do is say, this is what I require, and these are my standards. I require this for me, for my sanity, for me to feel secure in this relationship. This is what I require, and these are my standards. I am OCD. OCD. So cleanliness is huge for me. So if you dirty, we ain't gonna make it.
Right. It is next to godliness, though. It is next to godliness. So I get it. I get it. Do you give does a brother have a fair shot, though? You know what I'm saying? Because you're so in tune, and when you know what you want, people fear that as well. That confidence. A lot of people lack that or whatever. But what's your? And I'm not even gonna say the ideal guy, because I'm trying to help the situation out and see if there's opportunity there. If I'm asking these questions that were emailed in, and I'm trying to do this to help people. Is there, first of all, is there an opening?
For me?
Yes.
Are we really talking about that right now?
I mean, this was a question. This was a question. A matter of fact, this guy's from New Orleans, Ronald. He got a funny last name, but Ronald want to know. I'm just gonna ask Anita Hawkins, is she in presently in a relationship?
Yes,
he's a contractor from New Orleans.
It's complicated.
Look, we're gonna clap. I'm gonna clap it up for that. Ronald is complicated, my brother. It's complicated, but keep hope alive. Yeah, keep hope alive. You know what I'm saying? Now, the book. Let's yet another amazing thing. Huh?
The new book?
The book. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about that.
All right. You know how I have conversations with all of my mentees, and I was like, you hear a lot of victims. You hear a lot of victim talk, and you get tired of people living in victimization. So it's like, how do we live victorious? So I came up with owning my shit. And owning my shit, like I said, is an acronym. So it's SHYT. So S is, in order for you to have your smile, you have to be secure and sufficient. A lot of us are so insecure, and we need to own it. We need to own that we're insecure and figure out, okay, what do I need to find in me so I can be secure without someone else? So in order to own that smile, you got to be secure and you got to be sufficient. And then you have H. H is happy and healing. In order to be happy, you must be healed. And a lot of us are hurting. We're hurting, we're bleeding. And this is men and women. So this goes both ways. We are healed and we're going into relationships, or we're wanting people to come in and, you know, have a partner or what have you. And we're not healed. So it's important that we come from a place of healing and be able to be totally transparent in order to be happy. So you have to be healed. Y is simply yes. T is truth and transformation. In order for you to be transformed, you have to walk in your truth. So that's being truthful with yourself in order to be truthful with other people. So to be transformed and walk in total transformation, you have to walk in your truth. So that is owning my shit. So it'll be coming out soon. I'm really excited. But yeah, owning my shit. That's what it is.
And is that going to hit? Is that's going to be? Is it going to be exclusively on your site, or is it's going to be on in all book distributions?
All book distributions. Yes, I'm really excited. So yeah,
that's going to be.
I didn't self-publish this time, so
so I have to keep me updated on.
I didn't hear you.
Now you might need to come back on here and do. Come back on here and we do the release.
Yeah, definitely. We can do
Can
that.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Come back and we do the release of the book. Maybe even can give away maybe we give away a book to somebody. Call in, so we can open up the phone lines and get somebody to call in, and we might can give a book or two away. I think that'll be dope. Me and you we'll put that together. What let's actually put the social platforms in ways that people can actually connect with you, follow you on everything. Let's just put all that out there.
Okay, my website is AnitaEHawkins.com. AnitaEHawkins.com. My Instagram is Anita Hawkins Official. My Facebook is Anita Hawkins. Everything is just Anita Hawkins. But if you want to email me, it's findonereasontosmile@gmail.com or .org. But Find One Reason to Smile, that's my nonprofit organization. So yeah, Find One Reason to Smile @gmail.com.
The clothes too now, because I everything I see you in is always some amazing pieces that you have on, and you can tell that this stuff is custom, and it's definitely from an amazing idea and vision. How difficult is it being a designer with bringing these unique pieces to life, being different and being in that space?
I would say right now for me, it's finding people that are consistent. When you're not trying to go to a wholesaler and you're looking for a seamstress or a direct manufacturer, if you're saying, I want to make custom pieces, I want it to fit, each person customized. I don't want to go to manufacturer where they got to take it home and, get it restructured. And you actually end up paying more, for tailoring than you did for the piece. So it's been difficult for me at this time to find someone that is consistent with making my pieces. So I'm actually working on that right now, trying to get someone new to come in because my samples are the bomb. If you go to Jean Bell Couture on Instagram, and that's JAUNEBELLE, Jean Bell Couture, we have some amazing pieces. But I'm looking for another manufacturer right now. But the pieces they're so dope. So I'm working on that right now.
Yes, they are. I recommend anybody to go over there and definitely take a look at those pieces and those amazing ideas. You won't be disappointed. Everything is just so fabulous. And like I say, strange, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it is definitely the bomb. If you could leave some words of inspiration to anybody who may be feeling low in spirit, which you've been dropping nuggets the whole time. I hope that people have been picking them up. But if you can give some encouraging words to anybody that may be feeling low in spirit right now due to the COVID, may have lost loved ones, out of a job right now, job may have ended, just dealing with the worry of the world, trying to find some type of warm words to hug and hold on to. Can you leave them some words of inspiration? What would you tell them?
I would say this, to remember in everything that you're going through, because I lost my brother to COVID April 5th. So
Right.
it's tough for a lot of people, including myself. So it's important that we realize how short life is, and we have to walk and lead again, like I said earlier, leading with your heart and leading with love. And it's important to love on the people that you have here with you. So many times we think that we have another day, another second, another minute. If you have the time, make the time. It's important to pour into the people that you love. And remember, if you are going through something, if you are walking with low self-esteem, or you're worried about your self-image, remember that you are necessary. You are worthy. You have value. There is each and every one of us, we were created to leave the earth with some type of influence. We were here. We were here on this earth to do something. Find out what your gift is and leave an impact. Leave an impact. Create some content. Do something. Collect data. It's just like dating. Dating is data. Collect data. It's important that we are collecting data and doing something with it. So most of us are just, a lot of people, some people say they're just existing. Stop just existing.
Right.
Put things into play, walk in it, find out what your gift is, and know that you are necessary, because somebody needs it. I need it. We need it. We all need what you have to offer. So leave the earth with something. Leave a legacy. It's important. Leave a legacy.
Man, powerful words right there, man. I really appreciate that. Let's put those social platforms out there one more time for anybody who missed it. I just really want people to get connected.
Okay. My Instagram is Anita Hawkins Official. Anita Hawkins Official. My website is AnitaEHawkins.com. My Facebook is Anita Hawkins, simply Anita Hawkins. If you want to email me, I can be reached at findonereasontosmile@gmail.com.
Absolutely. I want to thank you again so much, and apologize again for the technical difficulties.
Okay, we kept it going.
Look, I don't know what I would have did without my co-host continuing the show. The show continued to went on. Thank you so much. But on a serious note, I just want to thank you for real, for just blessing the platform with your presence. You're such an amazing human being and a great spirit. So powerful with your energy that you give off to people. And I just want to thank you for me and my team, and we wishing you more blessings and more success with everything that you're doing right now and everything that you're going to be doing in the future. And we can't wait to get you back on here again.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. This was fun. This was good. I can't wait to come back.
Absolutely. It's the Vibe Show 97.9, and my special guest, the queen, the one and only